I kind of think I think, he was flinchy and snorty, and then, and they've got a bunch of horses to get through.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they probably just did the old traditional try and sack him out, and he's too much horse for, he's the kind of horse that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Last week I go out in the pen and you'd like zip your jacket up and he would be like in the ground.
Yeah.
And I went out to catch him and he like wheels around and takes off. So I like put my phone in my pocket and zip my jacket up and he like spazzes out and falls down and hits the panel. And I was like, oh.
Wow.
And so last week, he's getting a lot better. Last week there was a lot of, me whacking my leg like this or whacking the ground was just, I didn't know if he was going to come at me. He was so reactive, but
Mm-hmm. He's a good looking
we
little
did.
dude.
Yeah. So we backed him up and did move off the hand. And anytime he would get his feet moving, he was just gone mentally.
Yeah.
So I had to back him up for long, long day last week, and he'd be sweated up just from the mental stress of it.
Yeah.
And then I did that with move off the hand, and then he really melted to the ground tie. He really loves his ground tie now.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the saddle, as soon as I turned him loose with the saddle, he was gone mentally, and he ran. I think it was Saturday. He ran to the right for probably an hour
Mm.
until he finally did a short send and put his head down and took one step.
Yeah.
And so yesterday we were there, like that all was pretty good. But then I got above him on the fence and did come to the fence, and man, there was a lot of a lot of stuff going on there. So,
Wow. I can't imagine anybody riding him.
well, that's what I like. I stepped him up. I mean, we'll do that. I'll show you what he's like when you get above his head. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's some cowboy stuff going on if they rode him. I mean, I don't know if they just, um, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, when you do push his buttons a little bit there, Cole, does he try to pull away from you, or does he stay within the realm of the lead shank there?
He hasn't tried pulling away from me. Yesterday, when I got on the fence, he started like jumping back and forth and getting reactive. And he hit me a little bit, but he never hit me hard enough that I couldn't break his
Mm-hmm.
hips, standing on the panel.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's good. Yeah.
so that's been good. I think that, I mean, he probably just got real, real tired. He was, I guess, when the guy bought him, he was pretty. This was last spring when he was turned 3 is when they did the training on him.
Yeah.
And then, but I guess as of last fall, he was skinny and kind of scruffy looking.
Mm-hmm.
And so I imagine they just rode the absolute piss out of him. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where my head's going. It's wet saddle blankets.
Yeah, and so yeah, on his right side, he's got a white spot, and then if anywhere you touch him under his belly, and it's pouring rain right now, so he's going to be extra flinchy, but like in there, you
Mm-hmm.
can see all that,
Yeah.
and those muscles in there are just rock hard.
Ooh.
And he'll stand there and reach back at his cinch.
Mm-hmm.
So, tells me he might have been rode long.
Ooh.
Well, I think he got rode a long time
Yeah. Well,
and
it
got
covers it all.
sore there.
Once he's so tired, you don't even see the resistance anymore, till you give him
Yeah.
a month off.
Yeah. And he stood there like a rock when I saddled him. And then I turned him loose, made sure the saddle was good, turned him loose. He was sticky, so I tapped him, and then he bucked like he was mad.
Yeah.
Didn't buck for long, but he bucked hard like he was pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's telling you what he thought about whatever happened last time he was
Mm-hmm.
rode. And
That's
this is all totally different than last week. Like last week, if I had done this, he'd have freaking pulled,
yeah.
wheeled around
Yeah.
and done the deal. So I don't know. I was just gonna see what you thought about.
Well, I think if you I think we're gonna have to tap on him a little bit, but just do rhythmic taps light, and then you
Yeah.
can slowly go up until you find that point where he's kind of going, and then go with him and just
So in the backup, or
yeah, just go into the backup, and we'll just kind of roll him back left and right a little bit if he tries to leave you. I just want to push them buttons a little bit and just to get him as soft as you can. using that, reactiveness that he has, and it'll
Yeah.
just give you some good data. So if you are in the middle of him and something really scares him, you just got to circle him up and he'll be there for you. But if he won't let you, he'll tell you right here, like it'll be too much for him and he'll just blow out of there. Have you done the flag on him? Did I hear you say that yet? The flag yet?
Yeah, so I flagged him about 3 times. Yesterday I actually saddled him and flagged him
Mm-hmm.
and brought it to him fast, and he didn't do anything. You could see him have the thought to buck.
Yeah.
Um, but it's about on the halter, and honestly at Liberty he's got a lot of inside turn, but
Yeah.
it's all about stuff like this.
Yeah. There you
Like,
go. There you go. Keep going.
So
Keep doing that. Yeah. And
I've
slap
been
your leg.
doing a ton of this.
Yeah. Yeah. And let him have a little more freedom to blow out of there a little more. So you let him kind of roll back halfway and then pull him all the way the other way. And it'll be test your coordination on your rope handling here.
Yeah,
You slap your leg, whatever you can do to. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Now just switch hands and do the other side while you still keep him moving there. There you go. Now blow him out of that side a little bit. There you go. And try not to back him up too much. Let him blow more sideways.
okay.
Keep a little bit of back on him and just kind of jump at him a little bit and raise your hand without hurting him. There you go. There you go. He's way better on that side, it looks like, eh? Which is,
Yeah, well, I got a week of, I was like, I'm not doing anything else and not getting myself
yeah,
in that trap of doing too many things. Like, we're backing you up until we're done backing you up.
yeah.
And
That's
then he
reach
got
up
better,
and
but
rub his ears like kind of fast. Just reach for his ear. Yeah, there you go. Follow him. There you go. And love on him. There you go. Now round his nose like a deworming deal underneath his muzzle. Yeah. 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 Just anything like that can be real threatening to him. My goodness.
And like a week ago, I was like, I don't know if I should be doing this on the other side of a fence. Like, he was
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that in the ground. And I was like, you know
Yeah.
how that is when they get that way and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden they stomp at you or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if he was going to or not. And so I kind of had to, pick a battle. I mean, last week, yeah, you couldn't walk up to him when the ground tied. And then by Thursday, I could jog up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Good job. Yeah.
that's a
He's
whole
really,
lot better,
yeah,
but
he's really
yeah,
thinking there. Yeah.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
think there's lots of hope for him, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
once we get over his back,
Yeah.
he's pretty angry about some things.
Yeah. And he's been hurt pretty good. He's had a temper. Looks to me like he's had somebody with a temper go at him. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I thought. Yeah, I think he's got in trouble and then got whacked on for
yeah.
being reactive. I think is what's happened.
Yeah.
The tapping my leg, I whacked my leg for hours last week, backing him up doing this. Then
Mm-hmm.
I'd get it, so I'd switch sides, and I'd get it, and then I'd go back, and it was right back to nothing again. So I'd start again, and we went back and forth, and we had 2 or 3 days, 2 days I think, where he was sweated up from backing up at a walk, like, and I was sweated up because I was whacking my leg with stick, and then he finally turned into this,
Mm-hmm.
and but then as soon as I saddled him, then we were into another layer of it.
Yeah. Well, bring your pad out now and let's just numb him up with that a little bit and see what because you might as well be doing all this with a saddle on if he's got the grief of the saddle.
Let me just quick make sure it's
Clean.
brushed off. I also brushed his belly and then bumped him with the brush every time he'd flinch and put him into a move last week
Mm-hmm.
because it's you'll see here once I get down to his cinch area, there's going to be some stuff there.
Is the owner pretty handy?
Yeah, and he wants to the owner wants to barrel race him like he's he's got those incentives on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to pattern him over the summer. And I got him till end of March. So this guy, so
Yeah.
um, we got time to do it right, and he wants it done right. That's why he's here. He's like, I don't want to just ride him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want him to be easy to catch and all that. So
Mm.
he's on board, and
Yeah.
I'm doing
Good.
lots of lessons. The guy that owns him is actually the employee of the guy that owns that Boots horse, and they come ride here once a week, and so they're on the. I'll be able to monitor the situation, but
Yeah. Good.
um,
Yeah, that gives me a lot of hope for the little guy because boy, he's troubled, isn't he?
yeah, and he's yeah, definitely. I was like, oh boy, and we backed him up every day. I mean, you see that. What happened if somebody kicked him in the rib cage with a spur right now, right?
Hmm. Well, it makes you wonder what you'd have to do because they're smart enough to read patterns, and he absolutely didn't. I find when they get this way, there was absolutely no pattern to read. It was all random, just out of the blue.
I think they like. I mean, the traditional way to deal with a horse like this would be like tie a bunch of pool noodles and milk jugs to him.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, right, that's probably what happened, and then probably just like nonstop bombardment of that kind of thing with no pattern and no releases.
Hmm.
That's my guess. And then it didn't work, and then they got mad because they were trying real hard, and then he probably got smacked for being flinchy.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then
I,
like, and I think it started at with the halter breaking, and then
yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily the guy who rode him. Like
Hmm.
I know the one guy that rides there, he's a pretty handy dude, like just
Hmm.
cowboy,
Yeah.
and it was probably just that's what he had given to him by the owner,
Yeah. Got to
and
deal with
then
what
he's
you
got to
got.
cover him. I think it started long before that. So
I agree with
just
you. I think you're right there.
the saddle pad and the saddle, like putting it on him ain't the deal. It's
Hmm.
well, it hasn't been. The fact that he has a leg cocked and I'm this close to him right now is pretty good, but
Yeah, that's what I was just looking
for
at too.
for where he was a week ago. And then I haven't roped his feet yet. I've been saving that for
Hmm.
right before I get on him.
Yeah, I agree. I
I
think
think.
that's a good plan because you're going to find a lot more there, and then that'll be the one that really, I think, will melt him enough you can get a few good rides on him, and then you're golden. Once you can start bending him and sending him for little things,
Yeah.
give him a job to do, and get out of the. He just got it. He just don't trust anybody right now. It's just he he don't know when it's going to come.
Yeah, you can see him, he'll
Hmm.
get thinking, and then he would get, the wheels would get turning in his mind, and then he would get reactive, and then it was just like so much backing him up and all that before he would ever come back into thinking again. So there's definitely something there with the cinching him up thing.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just gonna pull it into him sometimes.
Hmm.
And I was gonna get him mentally soft and get him to get the chiropractor to look at his rib cage and all that too, just once he's there, because there's kind of a weird amount of resistance here,
Yeah.
just to make sure he doesn't have a rib that's out in that area.
Hmm.
But I think he's got to be mentally soft first.
Yeah, well, that's right because you won't have good data if you don't get him soft there. If you get him soft, then he won't stay soft. It'll continue to keep coming back,
Yeah.
but if you get him soft and then they find a rib, then you'll see a big change. But if they don't find a rib, then I wonder about ulcers.
Hmm. Yeah, he was super run down. The owner said when he bought him,
Hmm.
and like scruffy coat.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, he just bucked the one time, the first time I tapped him with a saddle,
Hmm.
and then and that was on. I guess I'm still pretty new into that. I was only Saturday. I saddled him. This is probably the third time I've saddled him.
Hmm. Yeah, he's still standing with a leg cocked there.
Hmm. I mean, you could. Yesterday, I led him around a little bit, made sure the saddle was tight, and then I flagged him. And that was only the third time I'd flagged him, and he didn't. He
Hmm.
kind of got in the ground and didn't, but he didn't. You saw him think about buck, but he didn't actually do it. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, maybe go to that same pattern, just flag him, and then if he locks down, and then maybe tap him with the flag and move him with the flag and have him come down to a field. See if you tap him out of it if he goes into a buck.
yeah.
You kind of lock him down first. Go with him. Go with him. There you go. Now just go on the other side real quick and pull him back the other way. There you go.
Okay, switch sides.
Yeah, switch sides right now, just so we change the pattern a little bit. Just there we go. Now back the other way.
Sorry, I don't miss this.
Now back the other way. There you go. See, it's kind of getting worse. So now tap him and move him a little bit on that side, on this
Okay.
side. Because now there you go. And tap him a little bit till you there you go. There now up and down, rattle, rattle, rattle. There you go. So you just get him to and then tap him again real light, start real soft, build it. There you go. Now rattle. There you go. So just why we're doing this different is we're just trying to yeah, trying you know what I mean? Trying to find it a different way. So it's still going to be patterned and we're still going to go back to having him stop his feet on both sides. But it just this just gives us a reason to go a little deeper looking for resistance there. Because it's when you tap him out of it. Now just rattle, rattle again. There you go. Now just start very, very light taps. Very, very light taps. There, now just take your time. Take your time building. Take your time. There you go. Just keep
He
tapping.
will have the guy who started him. I'm pretty sure will have moved him with the flag,
Yeah.
like the Buck
There you
Brannaman
go.
thing.
There you go. Just go a little bit more till he scoots a little bit. Slowly. Keep it going. There you go. There, that's enough. Now rattle, rattle, rattle till he comes to a stop. And that should get you a chew right there. And if not, switch to the other side. Seen a little breath.
Yeah, he hasn't chewed yet.
You
He's
know,
looking at me.
you're blinking a
There
little
he
bit.
is.
There you
There
go.
it is.
Now just start that same pattern on this other side and kind of lock him down with the traditional flag and then just tap him out of it a little bit. There you go. Now hold him for 4 seconds before you tap. Hold it for 4. There you go. Now just start a very, very light tap and go really, really slow in your build. There you go. And just give him lots of time to think about that move. There you go. And just keep it escalating very, very slow till he gives you a baby scoot. There you go. Right there. Rattle, rattle, rattle till he stops. Good job. Now see if you can come out of the blue and get a movement on this side. Yeah, so I'd tap him a little bit right now because he moved and just push him double down on the push now. And at the end, get a little bigger scoot than you got last time, but just double the circles first, double the movement. And then, so you're slowly escalating and then finish with the bigger scoot. There you go. Rattle, rattle, rattle till he stops. You should get a chew in here too pretty quick. And take it away. And then we'll see if he moves a foot and we'll do it again bigger this time. Watch his feet. Okay, out of the blue. Ooh, good one. Okay, now just turn your back to him a little bit and let him chill for a minute. So we just really capitalize every he's chewing there. Now capitalize Colby on him not moving a foot more, just really and then using the taps. So him moving a foot like back and forth, we kind of freed him up by going on both sides, getting him to do both sides, and then really end it with not moving a foot.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it
this
gets
is probably the only about the third time he's been flagged or fourth time he's been flagged,
mhm,
which is
yeah.
I'll
And I
be
think,
interested to see what he's like with a different prop with the milk jug because I think he's seen a flag before.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And with that flag too, try to go maybe even a different texture of flag, like a feed bag that's all big fringes and stuff on it, you know.
Mhm.
Um, 'Cause I find those flags that you got there, I find they're not very scary at all. Just that canvas or whatever it is, and whatever that material is. But that one that I make, with I use like a big hard plastic. Like the one I was really good was from Heartstrings up in your country. There it was a really heavy duty, thick plastic bag, and I cut a bunch of fringe in it and folded it in half several times, so just like pom poms on a stick. And that thing scares them pretty bad.
Yeah, I got one over there by the other side of the arena, hiding behind some tack boxes with the hay cubes feed
Mhm.
bag.
Yeah, that's what I got down here now is a hay keep.
Yeah, I think he's going to be cool.
Hmm.
It's just going to be getting rid of that. It's just wild how it's like 6 weeks of training, how bad he could be buggered up from that. I mean, all he had to, honestly, if he was just halter broke, he could catch him, it would be better off.
Yeah,
Ugh.
he's gonna fall in love with you.
Yeah, he's starting to. I know that on last Thursday he really flipped the switch because like you would go to let him go in his pen, and as soon as the halter knot was untied, he'd like wheel around, try and leave
Hmm.
you. Then
Hmm.
you have to go right back to catching him again. And then he shut that off um, last Thursday, and then we had to, as soon as the saddle went on him, then we kind of started over from zero again.
I think you should, if is your flag accessible from inside there?
Yeah,
I think I'd switch flags and give him another go. I'd grab him to take him over there.
I'll just put this one away here.
Yeah. Have you flagged him with this flag yet?
Once or twice. I don't think I've touched him with it, um, and I haven't done it with a saddle. I'm gonna
Hmm.
back you up. Every flinch equals a something.
Yeah. And just slap your stirrup, grab your stirrup and kind of slap it on him a little bit because he did flinch there and just, there you go. Keep him going with that for a minute. Because I try to, every time he flinches, I try to go into some kind of movement
Mm-hmm.
and then really finish with a melt where he's really bringing his nose in.
I was doing the melt with the nose in and neck bent. Is that good?
Yeah,
That'll be like what I do when I'm on him. Hey?
that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's a harder one to get for it's definitely the one you want to go for if you can get it. I just took in a horse today for a month that's the owner's 70 years old. She's really experienced rider, got like 2,000 miles logged under as a endurance rider. And she's always had Arabs, so she bought a quarter horse. It's from Sterling Performance Horses down in Texas. Pretty well trained, like performance horse. They started it down the Heading Road. I think they had some reining training on it, and then it got washed out of the training program and or into the reining program and went into a head horse, and then they moved it out of there into some people bought it to do drill team stuff. And the only thing they said is she's not a kid's horse. She bucked her off out of the blue after, a long trail ride on the way home from a horse whinnying, she thinks is what set it off. She couldn't find anything else, but just an explosive kind of one jumped her, just jumped in the air and she was off in one jump. So I got her for a month and yeah, that's her deal is pulling through restraint pressure because she bolts too. But boy, when you bring the stick up and start whipping the stick, I just done it while I was backing her up. I felt her real flinchy when I first started tapping her in the back up to do head down and back up. She just had a bit of a come apart, and boy, waving that stick, even again today, somebody's got mad at her and whacked her from the ground with a stick. It's when patience and knowledge runs out at the same time, eh?
Yeah, hard to tell what's worse, that or having absolutely no boundaries with them. But
Yeah, that's right. It's one extreme to the other, huh? Yeah,
mm.
do this. There you go. There you go. Go with him. Go with him. There you go. There you go. Don't break his hips until he goes to leave on you. And go back far enough for the flag that it sends him forward. Good job. Yeah, that initial scare like that, try not to pull them because I just don't want to peak with my pressure and have them drag me. I want to make sure there's more gas in the tank when they finally bend around there.
Yeah, so that's the second time he's seen that flag, I think.
Mm-hmm. So now you're going to start tapping on him again. Do the same thing. Tap lightly, lightly. There you go. Now roll with him. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. Keep him going. Keep building. Keep building. There you go. Keep him going. There you go. You got to have to keep there. You just got to keep him tap because he's kind of wanting to lock up. You got to keep tapping. There you go. Because that's taking it through another level, I find, where he wants to lock up, but you're able to keep him moving there, kind of. There you go. There you go. Now let's take it away and see what we get on the next time here. As soon as you see that he moved a foot, then you can start your taps really light. And even if it takes you, a few seconds before he starts to move.
So he squared up.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I would give him that on that side and just switch sides now and same thing on this side.
Get two hands on the lead rope for this.
He tried hard, didn't he?
Yeah. Should I tap him?
I think I
Or
would lightly and on the back end there so he goes forward. Careful with your legs. Be still with your legs for a minute. There you go. Tap him around you. Tap him again lightly. There you go. There now, rattle, rattle, and keep him going. Then tap him again before he stops, real lightly. There you go. Then rattle, rattle. There you go. So I find again, this takes that another level and it allows us to talk him through that fear when we're on his back, just like, because if you keep them moving, you got control. If they kind of freeze and then blow out of there, that's when it gets kind of hard. But if he'll let you talk him through it and he don't lock up, we're still getting him to that triggered response where when something genuinely scares him, he grabs ground with his feet. But when we start moving him, he lets us move him out of that locked up, just so we don't lock up too much, if that makes sense.
yeah, lock up to the point that he's going to buck out of it.
Yeah, that's right. He blows out of there because that's what it usually happens is they lock up and then when you tap them out of it, then they explode and buck.
Yeah.
Because he don't want to. You can tell the patterns I've seen in him already is he's trying to be good.
He really is trying to be a good boy, I think.
Yeah.
I thought that, well, it took me about 3 days to find that, and then I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, he's trying hard, but
Yeah.
we just gotta outdo it. All right, we're gonna do it. Go come at him again here.
There you go. Light taps. There you go. Get a little bit more of a scoot. There you go. Now rattle, rattle. There you go. So instead of taking it away for the release, I just quit tapping and rattle for the release.
Have a big lick and chew while he's coming for a stop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because he's finding your very consistent pattern right here now. Good boy.
And he was probably just he's probably the waspy the waspy redhead in their program, and he probably got tied up for a long time and hassled a lot because he was
Mhm.
probably the bad kid in class, I'm guessing. And they got however many to get through in a day. So
Yeah, and often they turn out to be the best horses, right? The
he's too.
easiest ones aren't the ones with grit.
No, that's the thing. No, he's going to be that. He reminds me of that boots horse, actually, like kind of how he thinks. And
Yeah.
he's going to be cool. He's just got to
Not
fix
going
a
to be
few
for
things.
everybody.
So he moved. Should I tap him for that, or should I go one more time at him? Because I kind of left him there for a while. That's better. I guess
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
proving.
Yeah.
Or that's, I'll quit on this one. Just give him the end of the deal.
I think so. Yeah. He's really found the end games, hasn't he? Like he's really starting to chew quick right after him now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like on Saturday when I turned him loose, like he ground tied good, he saddled good, and then I turned him loose, and then it's like I hadn't done a whole lot of liberty work with him, and I sent him to the left was pretty good, and then I sent him to the right, and he wanted to just either run and or face up and lock up,
Mhm.
and it took he had lather running down him before he finally followed me to a stop, stood straight, put his head down, and gave me one step.
Mhm.
And then the next day he was good on that side, but then it was the left side. And then yesterday he was pretty good that way. So I roped him a little bit. He'd come to the fence, but yeah, he just as soon as his feet would move, he was not reading the pattern anymore.
Yeah, I think I'd like you to do that now. I think take the halter off him and do a little send around there real soft with him and see what you get.
Let's check my cinch here.
Yeah. Yeah, flap your stirrups again.
Yeah, last week he'd like squat down on the ground like a cutting horse,
Mhm.
and that was
Yeah, same thing. Slap it with your hand or something to saddle up by the seat with your hand pretty hard so it makes a loud noise.
thinks we're gonna ride now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Again, this time double the back up. And then I think you should do it on the other side. Slap your fenders, maybe your rope, and just really go for that same melt you've been going for, the bend and level bend with nose off the contact.
Yeah, doing it with a hand, that's a new one. I haven't done that yet. Seem to
Mm-hmm.
let's see if I can finish with a walk up to him and
Mm-hmm.
stop here.
Yeah, I think you're right on the right track. Just get more inventive about some things, ways to move him that achieve two goals. Number one is you're able to move him every time he spooks, so you're finding that resistance, and then try to be creative about what direction and what body part, so you can kind of get him broke. You're not just feeling like you're wasting a bunch of time on doing groundwork. You're getting him really broke, so when you get in the middle of him, everything will go smooth.
Yeah, I found with move off the hand, like trying to break his rib cage was tough yesterday. Um, you get him to where he'd flex in this area, and then he'd kind of right away flinch and kind of grab looking for the other side and all that. So I'll have to
Mhm.
get him. He's like that Garula. Remember that Garula horse I had last year?
Yeah,
Like super flinchy.
yeah.
And that one horse actually came around. He's a citizen now, so that
Yeah, it's
surprised me.
cool. It's cool when they do. It's really it's a good feeling to get them over the hump. They're so much more comfortable in their skin. You can see he's really leaning away from you there.
Yeah, like everything's leaving, but his feet are still on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, turn him loose now.
Yeah, I think so. See if you can get a really quiet send and have him come back to you. If he's late, you'll have to scoot him up there, obviously, but probably go to the right first. I think that's his bad side.
Yeah. Him thinking about, he's like, I put my head down.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on between those ears.
there he is. Wow, that's pretty.
You just see how fast he thinks even at that speed.
Yeah.
So imagine you speed that up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was Saturday. That was an hour and a half of him running to the right leg.
Hmm. So I think he was good enough at that now. I don't think we have to change sides, but I would go to the next lesson. So the next one is going to be that you release your hand for him moving, but stay with him and teach him to go into a trot off your beam only. And release the hand and walk on. Just stay about half a circle. Just stay connected for a while. So he feels that the pressure is level right now. So he identifies the increase there. Now start increasing your beam. 1001, 1002, 1003. Very light tap, very light. Good. Keep going till he scoots. That's okay.
Yeah, I released for that, but
That's okay. Well, that's okay. Now just do it again because it gives you lots of room to build, and then try it again. Yeah, he's late, so I'd tap him really, really light and just hold it. Go a couple circles, build, and keep your tap up there. Keep your tap up there so he knows it's on. There you go. Now stop for that. And you'll kind of have to find your own release right there because you got to kind of know right after that tap. Okay, now let's try it again when he's done chewing there.
prep.
There, turn off your stick, wait for a half circle. Just go all the way to him. When he stops on his own, just keep taking your beam to him and you'll tap him for that too. Because that's what we're teaching him now is to stay ahead of that beam. We'll do it again. Make sure, tighten, keep walking. No hand, keep walking. There you go. Now back off and slow down and stop. Now just repivot so you get your shoulder line right in front of him a little bit. Yeah, I think that's pretty dang good. Have you taught him that one before?
The shoulder line, not really. It's all been this is unreal actually. For him.
Hmm.
I think it was Saturday. I just pulled in behind him and just massaged my foot on and off the gas pedal for I don't know how long.
Hmm.
And then he would have had foam running off his chest before he finally stopped and put his head
Yeah,
down.
it's that runaway thing. So I think I would switch sides and try him the other way. So basically, I really focus on these two steps. One is the short stand, so he moves from a standstill into a walk, right? He only takes one step, scoot as many times as it takes. And then this one is release the hand once he's walking because he responded good to it. And then
Mm-hmm.
I just level off the command so that we're walking for at least a half of the ring, half a circle. And I'd like to go a full circle. Like if I got one that's kind of just feels like he's a little ahead of me, I'll go a full circle and see I want him to be kind of balanced out and not really pushing on my shoulder line. Because if they're pushing on your shoulder line in the beginning when they're running away, I got control of that. Like that would have been the session you had before when you talked about he went for an hour. That's when you just got to keep the shoulder turning to wait for him to quit running away. And that's all you can really do. It's got to be his idea to stop.
Yeah, so you just stick to that direction and just let him follow you down as long as that takes.
Long as it takes, yeah. Because that's when the runaway evasion truly he makes a a really pure decision about not running away. And it wasn't from me stepping out in front of him and turning him or anything like that, right? I used to turn him
Yeah,
back and forth because I could force
yeah.
that decision on him. And I quit doing that. Now I want it to be more of a natural, more of a follow a feel down to a stop versus me just getting him tired and he stops. He's going to get tired, but if I just stay pure and steady around there, I feel the decision is more pure. It's
Yeah,
more,
because I've gone to outside turns and then it can actually get them fired up, and then they start
yeah,
thinking fast. They start getting there, and then they start ramming into an outside turn, and it's almost like you're doing the. It's almost like you create the thing that you hate about the way inside turns are put on them or something.
right, right. And then eventually I'm going to use turns to help too, like to motivate him, but I want to teach him first and let him have the concept of following a field down. Okay, now let's just see how well he takes the turn. And it doesn't matter to me if he turns inside or outside now because I don't have anything connected to him. Everything's coming from in front of him. So it really doesn't matter to me if he turns inside or outside. There you go. Release the hand. There you go. And walk on.
I'll start again.
Yeah, that's fine. Good. Release the hand. Perfect timing. Now just help him with your hand. Go out on the rail. Help him out there a little bit because he cut the corner. Good. Now we're just going to get him back to a walk again out there. We got to, and then we might have to help him. Yeah, we're going to have to help him there a little bit. And then take it away because he's not going to let us teach him that lesson of moving from the beam when he comes off the rail. So he's forcing us to teach him to stay on the rail. This
Try
time
sending
hold it longer.
further.
Hold it, yeah, longer. All the way around, bigger scoot. So you're going to scoot him right now because I want to
Or,
in that
oh yeah,
scoot. Yeah, out in that. So you're scooting him right where he's coming off the rail so he stays on the rail. More, more. Now build your scoot, scoot, scoot. So he should scoot now. There you
okay.
go.
Yeah,
Now, there you go. And then release, then come around again. Now we'll just kind of slow that down and see where he's at.
right there
Now,
he cuts
yep,
in.
yep. Makes the timing perfect. Good. Yeah. See, you held it further that time. Now this time come around, you might have to jump at him a little bit. Be ready.
Oh, he's better. Well, no, right there.
Now, there you go. Now back the other way. Good. Now be still a minute. Good. Is he afraid of something on this side? Is something he was so
Um,
good on this side?
yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I've done a lot more work. I think it's my left side might be behind now.
Okay.
Guessing.
So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to be forced to do turns. Just do them smooth. Right now. Roll up there. Good. And then turning back right now. Good. Stay behind him right now. There we go. And back again right now. See, he's coming off the rail again. There we go. So now you found the part of that circle where we can just, yeah, have him go a little further to the left. Now, turning back again. This time go a little further to the left. Now, there you go. And then he's going to come off on this side so we can turn him again. So now the reason I had you go further is because you found the balance point of that circle where you don't want to go. And it gives you, now turn him again. So now when you're on that balance part, you just keep turning back because he keeps coming off the rail right now. And then he's going to come off the rail again right now. So you watch that front leg and he's going to come off the rail right now.
Oh, we just found the inside turn.
Yeah.
As soon as you step in front of him, that's
Yeah.
really triggering his
Yeah.
wants to step towards you.
A little bit further and now. There we go. And right now. Try to take him a little further so we find that balance point again. There we go. Now back the other way. Is it the cool thing is he's giving you a reason to do the outside turn, so it's going to be just scoot tap him a little bit right there so you're going to slowly keep adding a little bit of speed until he stays out on that rail. Tap him a little bit there. Now turn him. There you go. And then tap him a little bit right there. Now turn him. There you go. And then tap him a little bit and then really turn abrupt. Now, there we go. Now, there we go. There's it. Back again now. There we go. Now he's starting to think a little more about it. Be smooth now. Give him a chance to stay out there. No, you're going to have to keep going right there. And back again. I don't know why you don't want to be on that side. He was so good the other way.
Well,
Right.
I think we found it
Yeah.
there.
Now again.
Well, as soon as he feels like he's in trouble, the answer is to come into me, right?
Yeah.
This has been a big one with him.
Yeah. It
There.
might be that inside turn contamination there a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't addressed this yet.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Up till
There.
today, he was running so hard he'd stay on the rail by his own.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to run through it there. You can see the resistance coming out and flipping his head around at you. He's calling you bad names, Colby.
Mm-hmm.
Now back the other way. There you
Should I
go.
take that?
No, turning back again, just smooth, but you can slow down a little bit.
Okay. Better.
Yeah. Now turn him real slow. Yeah. And just be abrupt right when he comes off, right now. Good. And then easy. Now back again. Be smooth now. Yeah. And then right back again, real smooth. There you go. Yeah. There we go. Now it's getting better. You're doing a good job with your angles now because it is just about kind of holding him there a little bit too. Now turn him over and then right back again, right now. There we go. Easy. There we go.
Bring
Now,
him all the way around.
yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, go all the way around again and see what we get.
Yeah, it's that. As soon as he feels like he's got the pressure up on him at all, it's to
Quits,
me
think, quits thinking.
quits thinking and comes in.
Yeah, just pushes on pressure.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so now it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But you can help him with your left hand a little bit up to the eye right here. Your left hand a bit. Now, there you go. There you go. And just find that sweet spot. There you go. And then down. There you go. And then switch hands so you can use. Now, there you go. Now use that hand, push him out there. Walk towards that eye a little bit. Walk towards that eye a little bit. So walk towards that eye and finish it with an outside turn if you don't listen to it. So you
Okay.
just, right now, start pushing at his eye. Slowly start walking to his eye. Keep walking to
So
his
he's
eye.
on the fence there.
Yeah. So let it down for that. And then start again right now. Ooh, there he goes. There he goes.
Better right there.
Yeah.
There.
There you go. There we go. He's starting to melt from that now. So just a way to kind of help him out if he because you yeah, if ramping up the turns don't do it right there. There you go. And then you'll get good at using change hands with your stick so you can teach him that on the other side too.
Okay.
And I just use my free hand to push towards his eye. And if he don't take it, I start stepping there and then I start tapping there. There, like that. So there, so you can that way you can always complete it. The command always gets completed. Shake the tip a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that's better.
Because all these angles will be completely different than anything he's ever experienced before.
Yeah, and you're going to get him dialed in even more, and he's going to feel like you got way more control over. Yeah. See, he's starting to be even quieter about that control. Like he's not so reactive, jump back the other way.
Hmm.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Let's see if you can get him a little further and then see if you can get his head down over on the rail over there somewhere. Yeah, even there. He hasn't been there yet. Ooh, him right over there. Now back and stop right there. And then back the other way. And then try to stop right as soon as he faces that other way, right on the rail, and stop right there. Good job. See what I mean? And you just keep moving
Uh-huh.
that stopping place in one panel to the left all the way through there.
Short send him all the way around.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because excuse me a minute here. Yeah, he's troubled enough that he quits thinking. And I
Hmm.
and I don't always like I sometimes they just need to figure it out, right? But I think he truly can't figure it out. He gets too bothered because of what you said earlier, and I agree with you 100%. Is he's afraid to be in trouble. He's so worried about being in trouble he can't think. So just by creating a picture to him and helping him out here, he's going to start looking for those patterns as time goes on, right? And that's what's going to make him really fall in love with you because there's not going to be one lesson you open up that he can't just find and figure it out real quick.
Hmm.
This first, the first part of his training is just getting rid of all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes these horses, I know you can't charge accordingly, but it's worth twice as much to take away the bad than it is to put all the good stuff in.
Yeah. Because well, once they're in the frame of mind to learn, it'll be the kind of horse you can do 5 lessons in 20 minutes a
Hmm.
day because he's just going to be eating it up. But
Yeah. Yeah, and he craves the end game because it feels so good for him to know that he can dictate the end of that lesson. He knows exactly when you ask him to do something, how long he's going to have to do it, how fast he's going to have to do it.
yeah, first 3 days he was panting, breathing like this and sweated up over the backup.
Hmm.
And it wasn't like I backed him up fast or anything. It was just the mental anxiety of me putting pressure on him.
Yeah, you having the control of the backup and going to the point that he had to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I think that's good. I would like to be with you again when you rope his feet. Like when do you think you'll be ready to ride? Judging because
Well, the way he is, maybe next week, but um, I don't know if we do a week from now, do the foot roping, or on Thursday do the foot roping. I don't know.
yeah. Well, it's going to be being above him. You want to keep working on that and get him comfortable with you above him.
Hmm.
And that's just where at the end of the lesson you kind of just hang out above him for a while and lots of whipping the whip around and flag or whatever you want, twirling your rope, patting your saddle, that kind of stuff. Get him to stay next to the fence while you're doing all that.
Hmm.
And then when he's not bothered about you being up there, because I do think your first ride off, he's going to be a little bit tight, but if he's
Hmm.
soft with all the stuff you're doing on your halter, keeping him soft and rolling him back, because I think I'll have you continue that with your flag where but give him enough rope he can feel like he can whirl out of there a bit.
Yeah.
Fine line, not go so far he can turn a kick at you, but he rolls out of there so you got all that room to pull him all the way back and pull him the other direction. So you're basically doing a 180 back and forth while he's doing a little bit of backup and lots of rollback, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I did some rollbacks with him when I was backing him up in the arena last week to ramp it up. And I mean, yeah, we need to do some more of that to where he can do it without being frantic about it.
Yeah, and just he stays at that point where he's following a feel under those tense situations because it, and what you're working on is, and that's what we did with the flag today. We're trying to build a fire in him to make him think under those intense situations. And then pretty soon it just gets harder to make him tense because the tenseness is not hurting him where in the past it did. The tenseness was a lot for him. He got, jerked or kicked or whatever it does to build a fire. Because basically a jerk and a kick is a tap, the way I see it. And a lot of times people don't even realize they're doing it. They sometimes pride themselves on not using a whip, but their jerk on the rein is just as bad as a whip or worse, right? Because it's a strike, right? So it's anything that happens kind of quick and out of the blue like that will build that same fire in them. And without the ability to get them to follow a feel, it's that follow a feel that takes the fire out of them. Just like you were doing right here, is he followed a feel down to a stop on that rail where he didn't want to be. Same thing with your flag. He followed a feel down to a stop by taking that pressure away. Super good job. You
Yeah, I like that. Like that's the first time he's had the baby brain sniff
yeah.
a saddle pad and play with things with a saddle on his back. So
Mhm. You're getting a reputation for fixing them tough ones, bud. The gates are going to be open. You're going to be full of them. Good job. Anyone have any questions? Okay, take care, guys.